A lot of workers at the Orange County Convention Center are getting raises, and what might surprise you is how much. I have Scott Maxwell here with some of the details. So, Scott, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Rich, this is what I think a lot of people would consider a new milestone when it comes to wages in Central Florida's traditionally pretty low wage economy. As of this month, the main food contractor at the Orange County's Mammoth Convention Center, it's about 7 million square feet, has agreed to pay all of its employees at least $18 an hour.
Yeah, and I know you've wrote about this in the past, and in the past you've gone as far as saying what they did pay before that was embarrassing.
That's right. A lot of these workers, and we're talking full-time workers, mind you, couldn't make ends meet. And I think some people would think that stinks under any scenario. I do. But I think you can argue it's particularly embarrassing in an instance like this, where they're working in a taxpayer-funded building. Taxpayers spent billions with a B on this facility, running it as well, allegedly to create jobs. And yet many of these jobs paid so little that the workers inside needed additional subsidies, which meant taxpayers had to pay twice. And I don't think that makes good economic sense.
Yeah, I don't want to do this whole age us and back in our day, but when I started my job, I made $4.25. That was the minimum wage. I assume you were in the same ballpark. So I can understand why $18 just seems like a bit much.
Yeah, in fact, I think I can top you because I've got just a couple of years on you, Rich. I think I was $3.35
Oh man.
When I started working as a clerk at Revco Discount Drugs in Durham, North Carolina. And $18 would have been a lot of money. It would have been extravagant back in 1988, but the cost of living in Central Florida has skyrocketed so much in recent years that $18 is barely enough to make ends meet. In fact, that's why they chose that amount, being a living wage. To think about that, we're going to do a quick math. Consider that the average rent in Central Florida, as we've discussed and reported before, is $1,800 a month. Well, $18 an hour ends up being about $3,100 a month. And when you consider that most experts say you aren't supposed to spend more than 40% of your income on housing, well, 40% of that $18 an hour wage is only $1,200 a month. And that means you're pretty well short and you're going to have trouble finding a place for that.
Yeah, and it is tough in this area, and with so many workers, I imagine this could trickle into other places, say Disney or other places in that tourism industry.
That is certainly what the workers are hoping, and I think there's a solid case to be made economically that that will happen. In fact, Disney's union workers have a vote this very week, this Thursday and Friday. Disney has offered a deal with wages that start around, I think, $16 an hour, but many workers are saying what the convention center employees did, that it's not enough to live on. And now that the convention center contractor, it's Sodexo is the name of the company, by the way, now that they've agreed to pay more, there's a good chance Disney will too, just to keep up.